Yo everybody, this is Rock the Great, aka the Toy Bookie, and in today's video, we were kind enough to be sent Aves Epoxy Sculpt. For those of you who don't know, is something that every toy customizer should have. This can do really little things or really big projects. It's a two-part epoxy sculpt. It dries really hard and nice. It's not like clay. When people use clay in the oven, that's like for models and all that stuff. This is good for action figures. This is stuff you're going to be touching. It also is good for what I'm going to be using it for, and that's filling holes that your custom casts. You know, you guys know I did a video on making casts where you take an item and you cast it and mold it. The thing with casts is sometimes you get little holes in them. Like there's a bubble right there on his lip. The top of his head got a bubble. So what a lot of people use this epoxy sculpt for, you put it together and you just fill in the little holes and it sands really well, and it's perfect and nice and hard to fill the holes of that type of stuff. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use it. I'm going to be showing you how to fill in. I haven't used epoxy sculpt in a little while, so my skills might be a little rusty, but I know enough that I could show you guys, and you guys could definitely go check it out. So again, this is not an ad, but the people at Aves were nice enough to send me the Sculpt and a little bit of this smoothing agent, which I've never tried this before. I've tried this before. I've used this before. Very good. Again, this is not an ad, but I do like to talk about things on this channel that people that watch this channel will be into. You might see this video, go out and get it, now you're starting to customize stuff. So that's what I'm all about here. We're going to be experimenting. I'm going to fill some holes, and we're going to just see what we could do with this, have a little fun, because remember, toys are fun, crafts are fun, and I'm going to go put gloves on, because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to wear gloves with this. A lot of people don't, but listen, follow your directions. All this stuff, all art stuff, you should be wearing masks and gloves anyway, just to keep yourself safe. So that's what I'm going to go do. We're going to change setups, and I'm going to go see where I'm going to work on this stuff, but we're going to go there now. Let's see. So this next part is very simple. You just take a little tiny piece of A and a little tiny piece of B. Try to make it the same size. Usually people roll it into little balls so you can see they're the same size. Then I like to turn the little balls into sticks, and then you just twist the two colors together so you know that parts are getting equally mixed in with each other. And then once this is fully mixed, you just gotta knead it. Just keep mixing it and kneading it and just squeezing it and until it's like all one color, and you'll know when it's together, and everything should be one color. You shouldn't see pieces of either or. And then once it's all together, you get this nice little clay consistency, or kind of like sticky tack. Now once you are mixed, you're going to want to actually start sculpting, or what I do here is first I'm going to fill in these holes on this cast. So this is a little bit easier. What you're going to want to do is take a very little tiny piece of the clay that once you've mixed it, and you're going to want to wet your fingers. See, I have a cup of water right there. You're going to want to wet your fingers, and you're going to stick it into the holes that you're going to need to fill, and then just try and smooth it out as best as you can. And remember that when this dries, you're going to sand it anyway. The more you get it smooth now, the less sanding you have to do. So as you see here, I'm filling in all the holes that that were mistakes from my casting mold, and you just take some water and you just smooth it in there. Very nice. And then once this is dry, you could, sand it more. So there's really no mistaking this. It's pretty easy, once you get the hang of it. So it's the best thing is to just experiment. Alright, so here we are. It's 24 hours since I sculpted this stuff, and now you could sand it and paint it. If you sculpted it the way you wanted to, you could just go paint it now. But I sculpted it a little bit messy because I was planning on sanding it anyway. Here's a 3A head cast that I had that was missing an ear, so I thought, let's sculpt an emo zombie, or zomb. Right here, I'm going to sand all that. It should be smooth, and then had some holes missing. When you cast, sometimes you get holes in your cast. It just happens, and I filled in his lip and everything, and he had no ear, so that's why I put the hair on this one. And this one, he had his ear, but it was missing the top part, and I think I got it pretty good. I put just a little bit of clay on his top part, and then I filled in some holes on the top, and I'm gonna have to sand his head and make it smooth. Here I had some extra clay, so I was like, I added an eye patch, a little goatee, and I just filled in those holes. I'm gonna have to take this excess flash. When you're casting, this is called flash. You know, that's where the mold gets poured in. I'm gonna have to clean that up and stuff. I just wanted to wait for it to dry. Yeah, that's dry. And then this, I just had leftover clay, so I decided to add some hair onto him. And I'm gonna add more hair when I do another project where I have clay. Or he could just be emo. This was a bad cast. It's missing a bunch of pieces, so that's why I didn't want to waste that clay, so I just put the clay or the Sculpt on him. So there you go. And then this one is, I filled a bunch of little holes on his face and head, and I already repainted it. Now I didn't smooth it or sand it, so I'm gonna sand it and it'll be smooth, and then I'll repaint it. See there, I didn't paint that one. I didn't paint the top. Oh yeah, and I filled some holes in his head up here. So there you go. And now that's it. All you gotta do is you sand it and until you like it. It's up to you. But I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up about this Sculpt stuff, and a lot of people know this in the toy community. But again, I say this in all my videos. I like to make videos for people who are just, this video might be somebody's first hearing about sculpting their action figures. So every video could be somebody's first into the hobby. So I always want to, be as thorough as I can. So that's it. Thanks for watching. And also thank you, Aves, for sending this out. I'm going to go experiment a lot more with all this. And I'm going to try to even make my whole own head for a figure. I want to make my whole, like a head of 100% my design. So that'll be cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, thanks, shout out to Aves Epoxy Sculpt or Aves brand. And that's it. Stay great. Peace.